What's up everybody, Nhire here, and this is gonna be the guide video for the previous one that I posted a couple days ago, the one about the Gladiator, the full block and the crazy damage on block and everything like this. I was actually supposed to record this about 2 days ago, however I kind of... well, I was kind of like sick for this for the first one, so that's an excuse that I can actually use. And then the next day I recorded it. I recorded it for over 1 hour, and yeah, I was trying to render it, and it's been like 3-4 times I've been trying to do so. Each one of them was like 2 to 2.5 hours, and the file just broke every single time, so it didn't work, couldn't post anything. So right now, since it's kind of early on still, I'm just gonna record it again and explain to you things in pretty much similar detail, but not as long. So I'm gonna be trying to make this video last, let's say, 20 minutes or something like this, right? Anyways, let's actually start with a tree for the build. Obviously, Gladiator, this is like the most basic stuff they're gonna get for the full block kind of character. This is the new Arena Challenge keys, like bigger Gladiator node, whatever you actually call it, which is basically the best kind of option for this build. However, you can also go with the Blood in the Eyes, which is decent because you get the increased physical damage taken for the enemies. You have the bleed chance, which is not too important because the bleed damage kind of sucks anyway. You have the blind, which is decent, however you also get a blind from the flesh and stone, so it's not a big deal either. This one, on the other hand, actually helps you out quite a bit when it comes to the when it comes to basically doing the plot, the acts, the campaign, whatever you call it. Since you basically get a ton of attack speed, you get a ton of movement speed, helps you a lot. You get it from killing monsters, you get it from hitting the uniques or rares, wherever you wanna. It's really good, to be honest. This is the first thing you actually wanna take when you're leveling. This being the second, this being the third, this being the fourth. Obviously, this is the fourth one is kind of taking you to like late game. When I started playing, and my Gladiator was level 74, I think that was level 74 when I got to the red maps on the first day of the league, and I was actually on a 4 link since the PoE trade wasn't really working, the API was broken and shit, so I was just using things I found. I got 1 sword, I think, from the PoE trade before it actually broke down. There was a shit one anyway. I think it was like 170 PDPS or something like that. So yeah, that wasn't really helpful or anything like this. But still, yeah, I got like a 4 link from the Legion, and I dropped a shield, the rest of one. It really helped me a lot. So I was doing like T12 carcass. Pretty much no problem. The boss took a while, but clearing the map was not a big deal really. So level 74, 4 link was fucking great. The Gladiator is pretty much back, or rather, he was strong anyway, but this right now he's basically stronger. Anyways, going back to the tree. Basically, I'm gonna start from the physical damage. You can take the attack speed, not necessary. It has a higher value than the other ones since it's like 3-4%, so it's good. You can take it at the level 2 or something, so level 3, and you can basically respec later on since you get the refund points in a way. I'm just gonna go here, right to the Art of the Gladiator. It's pretty good for the starters because this gives you less damage compared to the Art of the Gladiator. It gives you life regeneration, however, since you're gonna be like level 6-7 when you get it, there's no point because it's gonna have like max 200 HP, 200 life, 250 maybe. That's like 2-3 life per second. It's garbage entirely. The only useful thing for this one is actually the strength because it gives you life and the melee weapon range, but early on it's not really that important anyway. So if you go to Art of a Gladiator, you just go for bravery and to the Master of the Arena, and you go straight up to Dervish. Yeah, not Defiance, Dervish. Early on, you basically go for the dual wielding, so you take the whole circle instead of the. But you don't take the dual accuracy because it's not really useful. Early on, you're gonna have your accuracy capped anyway, so there's no point at all. Right after that, you're gonna take the Golem's Blood, and no, you don't go there, you go straight up here. Obviously, ignore this one, ignore the jewels, since you don't have any, you don't have gold, you don't have currency. You go straight up for the Finesse, then you go for the Aspect of the Panther, I don't know how to pronounce it, no English, sorry. After that, you're gonna go for the Weapon Artistry, and for the Heart of Oak, if you have enough damage. If you don't, then go straight for the Herbalism, and go to this sword circle here. If you do, you can get the Heart of Oak then. And after that, you're gonna straight up just go for the Impale, taking this tree without the Impale effect, because you're gonna get more chance to impale rather than the effect itself, since we need to cap it. And this is not that bad, however there are better notes and we cannot really leave them out because we're gonna lose way too much. So you get your dread banner, so you have 20%. If you do have the quality on it, it's gonna be 22%. If you have the enchantment, which you're gonna probably get later on anyway, it's gonna be 30%, yeah? So with this one here, you get another 30% chance to impale, so you already got 60. After this, you're gonna go with the melee damage as well as the range, which is extremely helpful early on, and you're gonna, at this point, you're gonna be like level 45, 50 or something like this. So it's good, it's really good at this point. If you have a sword that has enough crit chance, just go with this. But if you don't, if you saw is like 5.5 or something like this, then just don't bother. If you saw is like 6.5 maybe, then yeah, sure, why not? Or maybe even if it's 6, it's alright, yeah. After that, you're straight up gonna go here to get an impale, since it's like 1 point difference away from here, and it's just 3 points. So basically, if you like go in here with the 4 points or go in here with the 4 points, this is actually way better if you have the dread banner on this side right here. And right after you get the impale from here, you get the damage notes from here with the crit multi and everything there. And at this point, you should have enough damage to actually switch back from the dual wielding, go straight up for the shields right here, especially since it gives you the endurance chances on kill, which is awesome for the leveling and doing maps and in the acts. And then you can basically take the Blade Master and the Juggernaut. Blade Master is pretty good because it gives you the range, gives you accuracy, and considering it's going to be like level 60 or so, your accuracy is going to drop a tiny bit, so it's not too big of a deal, and this is going to help you out. And yeah, after that, just go for the Juggernaut. It's going to increase your life recovery from the flask, HP, armor, useful stuff. I say HP again. Fuck no. Anyways, coming back, you're going to take this stuff right here, Bloodless, like 5/8. That's alright, that's pretty good. And right after that, you're basically gonna, if you have enough money, that is. If you have enough money, or if you don't have enough money, just keep on going up for now right here. Just take the HP again. Take the life. Take the life again, just go in here for the Fangs of the Viper, Sleight of Hand, Wheel of Blades, Coordination, Bloodless Siphon, Trickery, and Assassination. This stuff you can leave for now if you don't need if you don't need intelligence. But at this point, you're surely gonna have enough currency, unless you suck balls, but you're surely gonna have enough currency to get yourself the Rigbot's Curse, the unique amulet that I'm basically using right now. It's extremely important because it allows you Facebreakers to actually crit, and it allows you to use this circle right here for the claws. So at this point you should get it. Then you can respect the swords from here, you can respect the swords from here, you can respect the swords from here, and then straight up go for the claws. It's gonna be extreme difference when it comes to the damage dealing and survivability and everything there. So your damage is probably gonna jump like 3, 4, 5 even times depending on how shitty your sword was. And as you can see, I have a big circle right here. This is the Lethal Pride jewel from the Legion League. It's obviously probably gonna go away next league, depending if the Legion stays or not, but since it is quite big and I'm not sure how the DGG is gonna actually put it in the game, so I wouldn't really put my hopes in it. It's gonna stay and it's gonna be as OP as it is right now. But anyways, you need a Lethal Pride jewel that has at least 5 notables decent for your build. As you can see, I have 9 notables right here, and if you're gonna follow this guide, you're gonna basically have 9 as well. So if you have 5 that are decent, then keep it. In my case, I do have the 20% physical damage on the Cold-Hearted Calculation. This one is garbage with the Ignite stuff. This one is also kind of not too useful with the Leech, since I already have like 2%. This one has the Totem Placement, meh. The Life has 5% chance to deal double damage, which is pretty good. This one has nothing, that Fortified effect, that's 4% life, and 20% fire resistance, which is extremely good. I recommend getting the Kilowava. I bought like 20 or something for price, and I've been trying them out and just selling them pretty much the same price or just a couple C cheaper. And Kilowava was pretty much the best one most of the time. It's pretty much just Kilowava and Calm pretty much. The other one, I'm not quite sure how it was called. Raksata? Rakiata, that was the name, yeah. Not so good really, pretty much every single one of them sucked, and I tried like 6, 7 of each of them, and yeah, that was garbage. Anyways, After you get stuff, just slowly go to things like jewels. You go for the shield nodes. You go for all the shield nodes and everything like this. You can go here if you wanna like sacrifice some other points, since you're gonna have quite a bit of the extra physical damage anyway and attack speed, and you can then grab the block chance to basically cap yourself up. At this point, you can basically get rid of, I think this one here does 2 and 5, yeah. So if you want to sacrifice something, you can sacrifice something like, let's say, this stuff right here. You're gonna lose some AoE and you're gonna lose intelligence. But if you have intelligence in your ring, it's gonna be alright. So you sacrifice that. You sacrifice this stuff right here, and you can take this and this. I'm gonna cap your block, some extra HP right here. Just 2 points away. Not too bad, really. That's 2, 2, 2, and 5% block chance. So pretty easy cap. And that's pretty much all for the tree. And for the like how we go with the levels on the tree. And now let's just go to the items they're gonna be using for the leveling. Oh shit, the video is already in the minutes. I'm gonna have to make it kind of quick. Anyways, go into the items. If you're not gonna if you don't want to go with the swords and just capitalize on this early advantage they have from the circle, I mean the big nodes, the big circle nodes they have really access to. You can just go for the claws, and for the claws, if you're gonna level up, you're gonna basically be using the Molten Mosu as the first one. Pretty good crit chance, crit multi, decent PDPS, pretty good stuff. You get a free poison as a bonus. Considering you're still not going brutality, the physical converted to chaos is not that bad. You can go with Advancing Fortress if you wanna get really nice setup when it comes to air. When it comes to basically being safe. Considering the Fortify got buffed and now it gives you more damage, you can basically put your 4-link in this one, so yeah, 3 additional get gems into this one and go 4-link. Extra life block chance, really good for survivability. You don't even need a shield at this point, basically just get 2 of them, you're gonna be really safe. That's 45% block chance just from wearing both of those. They're gonna be cheap as fuck, nobody's using them, so that's good. You can use the Wasp Nest if you keep on going with the claws. Pretty good PDPS, nice attack speed, crit chance, everything it has is actually pretty good. It even caps your accuracy rating, so you're not gonna have any problems with when you get level 70, 80. The best one at the end you're gonna probably use if you don't skip to the Wasp Nest is gonna be Bloodseeker, obviously because you're gonna give you the instant leech, which is extremely good for your survivability. If you have a chance and you get like the double corruption chamber or something like this from Alva, just try to corrupt it. If you get things like Power and Critical Strike or something like the increased physical damage, like or flat physical damage, is gonna be really big, especially with attack speed. So let's say you get attack speed, which in this case is really low, and you get, let's say, flat physical, which is gonna be scaled by your quality, and this 170% increased physical damage is gonna be extremely big. So it's gonna be a really big weapon that you can basically later on sell if you go back to the Facebreakers. And as for the swords, you're obviously going to start with the Princess, the best leveling sword in the game, if you ask me. 30% physical extra cold, ridiculous. If you get yourself the Meginots belt and you get yourself the Iron Rings with extra physical damage, this weapon basically rules everything. You can also get yourself Herald of Ash and the Herald of Purity for extra damage, and it's gonna be ridiculous for leveling. 2 of these is gonna make you a king in like during the first 40 levels or something like this. Yeah, 40. This is a level 10 weapon. You can easily use it to level 40 if you have like Herald of Purity and some extra physical damage from the gear. And then you can basically use the Prismatic Eclipse. It's a pretty good weapon, to be honest. You can go for either 25% physical damage or attack speed, up to you really. You can take either of them, or you can basically get yourself the Mana Leech, so we don't have to take it from the tree, which is also pretty good. This is a decent weapon. After this, you're probably gonna get yourself a rare one with a bit higher PDPS. This one has, how much does it have actually? It has 207, so you just get yourself like 250, 240, something like this, maybe, or like 270. You can just keep on using this one if you wanna, up to you, to be honest. As for the shields, this is one of the best shields actually you can use early on for the leveling, especially if you're gonna still be using the Princess, since Prince is actually worth using if you have this shield. It's really good shield, especially for the spell block. It's really good for the level, you can have it up to level 70, to be honest. Next, this shield actually pretty good as well. It's really good with the Princess if you don't want to go for the dual wielding. Physical is extra cold, and decent block. Fire as taking as cold damage. A lot of cold resistances. Decent. No HP, but decent, right? Let's keep on going. The Tissue Span. This is a really good shield, like really good shield for the defensive, especially since it gives the 25% chance to block projectiles. It's really good early on, since you don't want to really be one-shotted and anything like this. Good stuff, to be honest, really good stuff. It gives you a lot of defense compared to the other ones that were basically giving you the damage. Right after that, probably my favorite shield. I've been using this shield when I was doing the carcasses on the first day, and extremely good. Yeah, 30% to block, no HP, but 20% all resistances, 20% physical damage, global physical damage, and if you basically, when you block one of the kinds of damage, you get extra block chance to the other kind of damage. So basically, if you block a spell, you get block attack you get a 20% chance to block attacks. If you block an attack, you get 20% to block the spells. Extremely good. Recommend using this one for as long as you can. If you can get a corruption on it with extra block chance and anything like this, you can basically keep on using to like 75 or even further. The other one you're gonna be using, that's actually gonna be pretty cheap, but still kind of like a big upgrade. If you keep on dying because your HP is low, if your life is low, this is basically the best you can get. There's nothing much to say about this one. High block chance, a lot of HP. That's it, really. It doesn't give you anything else that's special. That's 210 life. That's extremely powerful, extremely strong. Just get this one later on if you need life. And the final shield we're gonna be using is obviously the Surrender. Level 30 Reckoning skill has increased base physical damage, extra base to attacks with the Reckoning skill, as well as the recover to 50 life when you block. And I hear a car outside of my window, so it's probably gonna be heard on the video. Sorry, can't do nothing about it. The window's open, it's way too hot. Right now in my country, or rather where I live in, it's 31 degrees, hella hot. My fan is actually off because I don't want to ruin the video's quality, or rather the sound quality. So I'm basically suffering right here for you. No way, I'm gonna close my windows. Anyways, 30% chance to block, decent HP pool, life pool, 120, good stuff. Recover life when you block, extremely good stuff. You're gonna give you this silver ability that you basically can just stand in place and heal yourself whenever somebody attacks you. A lot of armor helps you mitigate damage, best shield you can get later on. Especially if you want your Reckoning, or rather your counters to deal a lot of extra damage. In this case, yeah, basically just Reckoning, but extremely good anyway. Alright, now we're just gonna go to the setup, like the items themselves and the gems I'm currently using. It's already 17 minutes, Jesus. Anyways, yeah, you're gonna be using a helmet that basically has Dread Banner aura effect. It gives you 8% chance to impale, as well as the increased impale effect, because the banner itself gives you the chance to increase effect of the impales. This also increases the effect of the impale. So basically it's gonna make you impale not do like 19% increase impale effect, it's gonna be 28 or something like this. What you get a crit on it, we get a craft on it, is basically gonna be the increased physical damage taken by enemies and life. You can get some resistances, that's awesome. So basically when you craft one, just get yourself a pristine unjacked fossil. You can get some prismatics, something like this, so basically craft some extra resistances, so that you don't have to bother with them when it comes to your boots and your rings, or like your jewels, because sometimes if your resistances are not capped, you can just use the jewel. That's like a lazy way, but still decent. Obviously the Rigwell's Curse allows you to crit with your Facebreakers. The 2 rings are gonna basically give you things like accuracy, which is extremely useful for you because you don't have a weapon, so your accuracy is kind of lower. You don't have extra accuracy with specific weapons in the tree, so kind of meh, and this helps you up a lot. So accuracy, life, resistance is pretty much, if you can get physical damage, that's also good. Another one, intelligence, that's the thing that I mentioned that you're gonna need it. Physical damage, resistance, life, classic shit, yeah? Now this one's kind of important, the Slafa's Coil. It gives you a ton of damage. It basically, if you calculate everything, just take like your lowest damage that you have on your skill, that's 17,400, and then you have 26,700, and basically the difference between them is kind of big, right? So let's say this the one that reduces your damage is pretty low, while the one that increases your max damage is pretty high. So basically the difference between the maximum and minimum damage is going to be even wider. It's going to increase your the maximum damage by a lot, and it's going to decrease the minimum damage by a small amount. So in this case, 17.4, 26.7, 12, 42.1.2. Hella big, hella strong. Facebreakers, just get yourself corrupted one, get it. Get something like crit chance or like vulnerability in hit, pretty good stuff. It's gonna increase your damage by like 10% or something like this, maybe 12. Good shit, really good shit. For the boots, just get yourself something that has a lot of life, a lot of resistances. If you can get movement speed, fucking great. In this case, I crafted this pair of shoes second day of the league, I think, or third one. Pretty good stuff, just basically pristine and prismatic. Good shit, really good shit. Surrender, I already mentioned this in the item list, so there's nothing else to say really. The level 30 Reckoning gives you a hell big boost to your Reckoning, so if you get some extra gems that increase the damage of your melee physical damage, it's gonna increase the damage of Reckoning by a ton. So there's a really recommended. However, you don't have enough like sockets for your gems. So yeah, I have here a precision, which is really good, and kind of fucks me up because I cannot have the third jewel. Sorry, the third gem for the damage increase. You can see I have brutality and melee physical damage rate. Why is this one 2020? Oh, both of them 2020. Ah, never mind then. Anyways, normally we have a pulverize right here, but precision is really good. I don't want to get rid of it because you can see right now. Why is my... Oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna put this one here. As you can see, I got 460 damage right here. I'm gonna take the precision and turn it off. 460, 4. That's a big difference. Precision is really important, so yeah, just gotta keep it on. Yeah, let me just get it on. Yep, alright. Anyways, for the gems, 21 minutes, great. For the gems, Blood Magic, Blood Rage, faster attacks, Shield Charge, Blood Rage obviously, faster attacks is not really necessary. I would put my precision in here to be honest, but precisions with Blood Magic doesn't really sound too good, and Blood Magic is kind of needed because you have 22 mana. Obviously you can get your precision to a bit lower level, so you can actually use the don't have to use Blood Magic, you can use Shield Charge, which is pretty good. If you take the faster attacks off, your Shield Charge is not gonna have high mana cost, so maybe you can manage, up to you really. Then you can actually get the third gem in this one, it's gonna be really big, and the last slot they're gonna get from these two jewels, I don't know, maybe like Portal Gem or something like this, if you don't want to be bothered with collecting Portal Scrolls or buying them from somebody else. Good idea, maybe. I don't know. Keeping the Power Charge and Critical Strike, and the Tempest Shield with Riposte. Both of these attack when you counter, when you block, and this has just 5% chance to block, I think. Sorry, 5% chance to crit. Yeah, 5% chance base, so basically with everything known with the power charges and stuff, with the Diamond Flask, it has like 24-26% chance to crit, so it's kind of decent considering it gives you, yeah, 54% chance to actually get a power charge on your crit, so there's a chance. It actually helps you out when you level up, and sorry, when you map, it basically, yeah, most of the time you're gonna have your power charges up, so it's pretty good. And this one here is basically just auras, Herald of Purity, Dread Banner, Blood and Sand, and Flash and Stone. Good shit. You need all of these auras, they're extremely helpful for your damage. Without this, your damage would just go down by pretty much half, really. It's a ton of increase to your damage. As you can see right now, actually, without just the Herald of Purity, my damage goes down from 460 to 3.4. Literally, I just lost 25% of my damage just by taking out the Herald of Purity. That's how big of a deal this is, and you basically need to keep it on all of those. And well, my Herald of Purity is level 21, so it gives me a bit extra, but still, it's extremely powerful. So flat physical damage would be extremely powerful, especially if you, let's say, have T1 physical and you have a base of a Seal Ring. That's an amazing damage improvement. Anyways, I already did the setup, and for the mechanics explanations, kind of mechanics, I already explained the belt, how it works exactly. This one's pretty much the same thing as you have in the Gladiator, so it doesn't really matter how you look at it. Whenever somebody's near you, it's increased physical damage taken. This is a third kind of like damage increase, because first you have normal damage increase, yeah, like the nose you have on your tree, so literally just physical damage, yeah, increased attack damage while holding the shield. This is just like the basic kind of increase. The other kind of increase, more damage, is basically things like melee physical damage, super skill, more certain kind of damage. In this situation, let's say you have a base, this base is increased by the increases that you have on your tree, on your gear, and then the more comes in and multiplies everything, right? So for example, if your base is 10, you have 100% increase from your tree, so that's 20, and then you have 50% more, so this is 30, just like this. Is basically kind of a maths kind of equation, really. Pretty good shit. Same thing that goes for the maim right here. It also causes the enemies to take the increased physical damage from your hits. Yes, as I mentioned earlier, this one also causes the enemies to take extra physical damage. Then you have things like the Flesh and Stone, increased physical damage. Enemies main by the skill take 16% increased physical damage. The Blood and Sound does more area, which is basically normal kind of more, but still, it's really good. And Dread Banner, basically Impale effect, which is still the more of the first kind. However, in this situation, it's like first you get the increase and the more, and then there's Impale, and then there is like this extra damage take and stuff. So this is basically the mechanics of how the physical damage works and how we actually stack the physical damage to deal a ton of damage. This build actually at the moment, when everything is on, when all the flasks are on and all the charges are on, has about 1.1 million DPS on the tooltip, yeah? However, it has 5.2 million actual DPS, like actual DPS. With the flasks on and everything, we kill guardians with no like enfeeble or reduced physical damage or reduced damage from the crits or extra HP in like 3 seconds max, like 2.5, 3 seconds basically. And as for the Reckoning, there's actually not too much to say, really. I mean, level 20 Reckoning is not too strong on its own, really. Level 2, as you basically know, whenever a skill has like a flat kind of damage on it, so for example spells in this case, every single extra level and every single skill that has flat damage on it is increased exponentially. So basically, from level 1 to 20 Reckoning has pretty like decent kind of flat damage. However, 20 to 30 is just extremely huge. For example, actually let's go to the Reckoning here. Yeah, level 1 Reckoning 610, level 20 shit, level 20 is 169, 254, and then 30 335, 503. So top damage 53, 254. That's double the damage. So this makes the skill hit extremely hard. And let's say, actually I'm not gonna be able to Reckoning, I don't have a skill, so, but basically my at the moment my Reckoning deals how much? 214 with the totem down. Where is my totem? Right here. Totem down does 250, and with the flash down that's 313, and if I had the pulverize in it, that would be about 430 or something like this, or 440 maybe. So with everything else on, that's over 2 million DPS from a single block. That has a cooldown of 0.4 seconds. Obviously if you get more items, you're gonna lower the cooldown, so it's gonna be even stronger. And that's actually pretty much it, really. For the, basically, you know, for the kind of like culmination effects, whatever, really, I can just show you how the map process looks like. So let's say in this situation I'm gonna go with, I don't know, Phoenix. It's gonna get other quality on this crap. Unique boss has increased life. I wanna show you how it actually melts, so I'm just gonna really roll it. Monster life also kind of works. Unique boss life, monster life, what the fuck? Physical reduction, I mean physical reflect. Yeah, this is good. So can I see how it melts? Since I wanna actually show you what I meant when I say that the boss goes down in like 3 seconds. I'm just gonna put this one right here, and this is not really needed by whatever. Anyways, that's basically how quickly they actually die. Oh, we got the betrayal here. Actually, I'm gonna put the flash on. That's basically it. Oh, he's the master. Alright, let me just keep him there. Removed. No fucking way. It's decent. Yeah, whatever. They get it on? Yeah, obviously. Be careful when you're using Facebreakers and you basically pick up, identify items that are one-handed, your character's gonna pick it up, so always check it out because sometimes you can fuck yourself up. As you can see, my movement speed is kind of shit because I don't have any. So yeah. But yeah, basically when a monster comes close to your range, it ceases to exist. Basically the first, second hit, it already dies, even though we have, how many hits? We have 9 hits per second, so on the second hit, everything already dies. Unless it's rare, so maybe like 4 or 5 hits, something like that. Basically, Sill's gonna die pretty much instantly. Oh shit, that's gonna be really strong. Now for the Legion. Legion is gonna be going down pretty quickly as well. I'm just gonna clean all of this shit first. Gonna pop those up. Ah, shit. Come on. Am I gonna find a boss? Probably not. I don't clean everything, obviously, because the build doesn't have too much range, mostly because we're fucking unarmed, but otherwise it's gonna be pretty good anyway. I think the unarmed weapon range is something about, like, well, 9 or 8, while the claws are like 11 and the swords are 14, like the jeweled ones. Yeah, obviously. What the fuck does it make this sound anyway? Alright, so now we're gonna pop the conk effect if you wanna see like the greatest that kind of damage. Go like this, get the blood version, 2 totems. And that's it. I think that was like 3.5 seconds, maybe 4 even. So kind of light, fuck you, sorry. Normally, like, actually I didn't have the frenzy power charges, which is why I'm guessing my damage fell down to like 3.6, 3.7. Guardians have about 12 million, so yeah, I'm basically having 4 seconds of this one. It's basically kind of like classic, since we didn't have everything up. But with everything up, 3 seconds, 2.5 maybe. Great stuff, really good damages. As you could see, my HP didn't drop, my life didn't drop like pretty much at all when I was mapping. Didn't drop too much when I was fighting the boss. The boss couldn't do anything to me really. I healed pretty much instantly because I healed from the damage I take rather than from the damage I block, and we don't have anything like life gain on hit, so it may be a bit worse than, let's say, claw builds, or maybe you can basically just get yourself Elder Ring with the life gain on hit, which is also going to be saving you a lot of stuff, or you can just get rid of one of your links and just get yourself the life gain on hit if you want like better survivability. And I suppose that's pretty much it. You saw the map, so the leveling, the tree, the items you can normally get, my setup, why I use the things I use, and pretty much that's really it, yeah, guys? So if you like the build, I'm glad. You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe, whatever. I'm just doing this because I want to share the build. I think the build is actually really strong. It helped me a lot when I was starting the league. It helped me a lot when I was trying to achieve the things that I normally have problems with, so things like Uber Elder, Uber Artillery, everything like this. And actually extremely powerful. It's really rigid when it comes to surviving things, and I think you can be improved even more, but it's basically gonna be extra currency, so like, you know, rings for like a couple exalted orbs and stuff like this. I could do that, but I'm too lazy. Maybe you can do that if you have a lot of money and you're bored and everything like this. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much everything. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you like the build, and see ya, yeah? Bye.